You want to be a better Apex Legends player? Well, you've came to the right spot. Yo guys, what is happening? Welcome back to Tollplay Games and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the top 10 ways to be a better Apex Legends player. So guys, usually I would record these videos kind of over some fancy clips of me doing everything that I talk about and whatnot, but today I was just sort of thinking, you know what, let's just hop into a live round here, kind of play around with things and see where this takes us. I don't know what the heck I just said there, but let's just jump right into things. Look at this, we already got a guy down. We got somebody on us here. Come on, buddy, you're going down. Oh, jeez, that's not a good start. Now, I don't know if you guys can tell already or not, but I am not the best Apex Legends player. However, I do feel qualified somehow to give you guys these tips. I've kind of been thinking of them as ways to kind of improve myself as a player, and I figure why not make a video and share them with you guys. Pretty simple stuff here. I'm just going to go through and talk about them. My first tip for you guys would be to use the bandages. Again, these kind of relate to staying alive longer and whatnot, and kind of what just happened there, except that wasn't really what happened. But anyway, guys, using bandages is so important in this game. I can't tell you how many times I've been in a fight and just forgotten to heal up with a bandage. Check it out. You guys can see right now my health is low, and just by simply pressing up arrow, I'm going to be able to heal myself up. Very important thing for sure, because now when I encounter an enemy next, I will have a full health bar. If I didn't have that, my chances of death and the chance of me staying alive, I should say, throughout the rest of the round is going to be much lower. Simple little thing. Try to get cover when you're doing it, obviously, and by doing so, you're going to be able to heal yourself right up and stay in the game. Other thing which we didn't really do too good of a job there is actually looking out for players. That's going to be the second tip here, guys, especially when you're launching like I just did, or like we just did there. Yeah, look out for the players that are around as you're launching, because you can be able to spot where they land and then even approach them if you want, or stay away from them depending on your play strategy for that game. Most frequently, you get killed right off the bat by other players, and that's usually because you didn't know they were there. Now, however, this can happen in the middle of the game as well. Just be sure to always be looking out for other players. Honestly, like my team, when I play with them sometimes, are just kind of go along doing their things, almost forget that they're in a game with other people. It's super important to remember that you gotta look out for other people. The next thing that's really important, guys, is to use a microphone while you're playing with your team. Honestly, this is probably like the most important thing on this list, and I can't stress it enough, because you guys can see right now, we don't have a microphone. We're like the most uncoordinated team on the planet. The second that you get a microphone, it's going from like a 1v3 to a 3v3. Honestly, like it just makes the game so much more fair. I don't even know how people win without a microphone, to be honest. I suppose they do it, and I just haven't. But anyway, honestly, microphones make all the difference. The second that you're able to talk to your team and actually coordinate moves and whatnot, and where you're actually going to go, you can trade stuff even in your inventory just to kind of get yourself, let's say you need some health packs, so you get all healed up like that. It's just such a smart move, and yeah, it just helps a lot. Even if you don't have friends with the game or whatnot, even just hop into just a random match, keep playing until you get somebody with a microphone and see if they'll play with you for a little bit. Honestly, it's going to make such a huge difference. Tip number 4, guys, let's talk about characters in the game. When you're selecting your character, honestly, this is such an important thing, and I know I keep saying that this is such an important thing for all my tips, but really this is. Yeah, I mean, especially when you're playing with microphones, you got all the other players with you. You guys should coordinate what players or what characters you're going to use. However, let me just say that Lifeline is probably one of my favorite characters out there. She can help heal up your entire team. There's a couple other really good ones, and I guess it kind of depends on the combination that you go for. Sometimes you want kind of like a heavier character that can kind of go in there and really take care of the enemies. Somebody wants maybe character that can stick back or whatnot. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of different options, but definitely focus on what characters you're choosing. Again, not just about the looks or whatever. It's really about the skills that those characters possess and how you're going to use them effectively within a game. Next one here, people don't generally like to hear as much. I'm just going to be honest. It's to camp. It's my classic one. If you guys remember my video on how to win every time, I basically just said camp. Because it's true. This game, if you just camp around the circle, you're basically guaranteed to come top 5, I'd like to think. Some people will definitely disagree with me on that one. However, you guys got to admit, it is not necessarily a strategy that you had to like sit here and like, you know, camp the entire game and just not move. But generally speaking, staying back on the line and not being right there in the middle of the circle, right in the middle of the action, is probably a good move. Now, you do it to engage with other players at some point, but when you're just starting off, if you can hold back and just wait for that final fight, and you only have to maybe fight 2 teams versus fighting 8, it's just going to make your chances of survival much higher and make your chances of winning also much higher. Now for tip number 6, guys, listen, I'm still a noob as well, and I'm still trying to learn some of the weapons that they have in this game, but that will be my next advice, is to learn about all the different weapons in this game, and you will get this again by experience and by playing more. But yeah, the more and more that you know about the weapons, the more you'll be able to figure out which ones you like best and how to use them Generally speaking, when I go for a weapon choice, I'll go for some sort of assault rifle and a sniper rifle. I love using sniper rifles. You guys will notice from my Battlefield 5 content that it's just the best. Sniper rifles are so cool, and especially in this game, they're actually just quite a useful thing if you want to look across the map or whatever. If you got a good sniper scope on, you'll be able to do that. Anyway, once you start to understand what each one of the weapons do in this game and can quickly choose between them, it's going to help you out a lot. Personally, my favorite sniper rifle to go for is the G7 Scout, and I know there's a couple other good ones in the game, but I think that's just my favorite one so far. Alright guys, here's another tip for you guys. Number 7, which is so important, and I mentioned this in my Battlefield 5, how to stay alive longer, because it's true. It's going to help you stay alive longer. It's just going to help you be a better player, especially for the snipers out there. Guys, limit your angles. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Limit your angles. Guys, check it out. We got some like window things here. I don't know what's going on, but anyway. Do we want to be standing right here when we're sniping? Definitely not. The guys can see us so much easier if we're standing here versus if we're standing all the way at the back wall here. If we're taking a little bit of cover and whatnot, we can still get that same sort of shot. However, we're not exposing ourselves to the other teams. This will help you and avoid you getting shot while you're sniping back there on the line, and ultimately will just help you get more kills in the game and stay alive longer. Sliding, one of my favorite parts of Battlefield 5 and Apex Legends. You guys will remember again from that video how I talk about sliding. Check it out. You can just slide all over the map here. I mean, the sliding techniques in this game are so much fun. And just like Battlefield 5, allow for you to get a lot more cover as you're moving. You can actually speed up as well by doing it, which can help you avoid the storm and whatnot. But it just is way easier to not get shot when you're sliding. That didn't really make sense, did it? But guys, slide around and you're going to be able to stay alive much longer. Honestly, I'm sure people are utilizing the sliding more in Apex Legends than they were in Battlefield 5, but yeah, it's just a super hard target to hit when somebody's sliding on the ground. It puts you lower to the ground. Snipers have a harder time hitting you because you're moving faster. It's just a great technique to use overall. Next up, guys, I think this is number 9. I'm kind of lost, but I do believe this is number 9, is to spot your enemies. Obviously, Apex Legends has a little bit of a spotting system going on in it, as if you head up to your enemy and you press RB, which again, I can't really demonstrate here because there's not an enemy, but here you go. If you guys do something like that, there will be a ping on the enemy, and if you use that, it'll let your teammates know there is an enemy there. They can hopefully take care of them for you if you are in distress. If you need to get some health or whatnot, you can just ping them over there, and yeah, you know, they can help defeat them so then they don't kill you. Don't know why that was so difficult to say, but it's also just ties back to my point of looking out for other players. If you can show your team that there are enemies over there, they might be able to avoid that area or be prepared to go into battle when they're entering that area. All right, guys, and the last one here is so important. You guys saw me doing it off the bat here. Let's pick up this backpack, actually. All right. Is your drop location. The location that you're dropping at within the map is so critical to your position and how well you're going to do in the game. If you're going to drop in like a really popular location with the best loot, just expect that you're going to be able to find some other teams there, and they will quickly kill you because often those are the most skilled players dropping in those locations. I'd say if you want to last longest in the game, a good advice would be to start out somewhere in the corner of the map or off to the side somewhere and move your way into the middle based on where the circle is going. This is again going back to my philosophy, as if you find less teams, you'll have a longer or a better chance of living. It's all up to you guys, but as a beginner, I know I'd personally rather fight 2 teams than fight 8. So I think, again, by just choosing those good drop locations off the bat, it's going to allow you to stay alive off the beginning, and that's half the game right there. Longbow DMR located here. Another one of my favorite snipers I actually forgot to mention. This thing is pretty awesome. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much all the tips I have for you guys today. I know obviously I didn't cover everything that you guys necessarily want to hear. I don't know. I didn't give all the tips to being the best Apex Legends player you could be, of course. There'd just be too many. This video would be so long. I mean, I guess if you guys want me to make a part 2, that could definitely be a possibility in the future. But for right now, that is going to end off today's video. By the way, quick note, 4 squads left. That's right, top 5, guys. And that was just kind of me utilizing some of those strategies, I guess. If you guys did enjoy, don't forget to go below, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys all in the next video.